Hey, what's up guys? This is my review of the Valdada Spyder with a Y, Spyder 9-36x44. 35 millimeter main tube, don't worry, it comes with rings, and it's available two different ways. Second focal plane, which is what you're gonna see here today, also available in first focal plane. Now in the second focal plane, it's MOA, and the turret values are 1/8 MOA per click. Now in the mil version, it's 1/10 of a mil per click. And also, like I said, that's the first focal plane. But there's so many guys out there that are rushing to first focal plane no matter what. But there's still a ton of guys just like me that still appreciate the second focal plane. So that's what I wanted to show you guys today. By the way, if you will stick around to the end, I'll show you how to save 10% not only on this scope, but anything Valdada offers. Now I was lucky enough to be able to go up to Northeast Texas to the CCC shooting range that goes all the way out to 2,000 yards. And I was able to meet up with Val, Glenn James, George Banky, and all of these guys are very, very accomplished long-range shooters. Now, a couple of things worth noting before we look at this thing up close. It's got all shot glass. It's a European scope. It's not Japanese. It's not Chinese. Not that there's anything wrong with that, as Seinfeld would say.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
But this is a true European scope. All right, let's look at this thing and let me show you how it performs. Okay, now for guys that have never been to the CCC, they have their own 8-foot tall Predator and Alien where you register, which is really freaking cool. This is what it looks like on that range. All right, I'm getting all set up. I've got it set up for 100 yards-ish. I didn't get to measure it, but I think it's pretty well dead nuts on. You'll see by the tracking. You can see just how crisp and clear it is. Now look at this focus point of impact. When I move the adjustable objective, it snaps in and out of focus. I mean like a rubber band, and it is freaking sharp when it's in focus. Vertical tracking, right here, I'll give you an idea of just how much travel this thing has from stop to stop, bringing it right back up. Of course, it's going to do like every other Valdada scope, and it's going to nail it and land right in the center. All right, now those orange dots are 10 inches apart. So I'm running it down 10 inches and see if it'll stop right in the center of the next dot. Here comes 10 inches, right there. Run it all the way down to 20 inches. I just wanted to check the turret values and make sure they're dialing like they should. There you go, that was 20 inches, bring it right back to where I started. Nailed that shit. All right, here comes the horizontal tracking. I didn't run it all the way to the stops, I just ran the horizontal tracking over a little bit. I was trying to speed the video up a little bit. Of course, there was no problem with that. Here's the box test. I'm going 1 revolution in each direction, right back down, and right back to center. Only one thing left, the nipple twister. I love doing this to these scopes. I just crank and jerk and pull and just go nuts on them. Started out at center, or centered from where I was standing. I was standing off to one side. But right now, I'm just cranking and going crazy on these things. Now, this type of a scope should take it all day, every day. It amused the shit out of all the guys that were out there watching me do this for the first time. There was a couple of precision shooters out there, and they were thinking I was trying to tear the scope up intentionally. I told them, I said, no, I'm just showing how durable and how solid it is. There's a look at my buddy Glenn James. He's got it right there on his Tikka 22. Give you a quick sneak peek at what this thing looks like up close. And then let's take it from the eyepiece and go forward and show you what this scope is all about. Look at that thing. It's a pretty little sucker, isn't it? I really dig it. All right, now right here on the eyepiece, it is super, super freaking smooth. There's no rubber cup, but then again, most precision shooters are not going to set this thing on something and let it pop them in the side of the head. The eyepiece and the magnification ring both are just super freaking tight and incredibly smooth. Of course, when you buy a scope in this price range, that's what you expect. The illumination has steps, goes all the way from 1 to 11, and it is daylight bright to a certain point. I mean, if you're looking at a solid red background, no, you're not going to see it. But if there's any kind of shadows, you'll be able to pick it up and you can adjust it. The turrets are solid as a rock. Everything clicks, and I mean clicks hard. And right here it has a secondary stop, so you can zero it, say at 200 yards, and then you can set another stop and have it available to just crank to the next distance that you want. Side turret the same way. Everything on the Valdada scopes is super tight. Now the AO is something I really, really like on this scope. It goes all the way down to 8 meters. The fit, the finish, everything on this scope, every adjustment just screams freaking quality, including the little quick sneak peek you're fixing to get at Valdada's new rings, which we use to set this scope up. Absolutely kick-ass. All right, guys, there you go. I hope you enjoyed the video. Now, don't leave just yet. There's a couple things I wanted to tell you. One thing on the focus on this thing, it snaps in and out of focus, and I mean fast. And a lot of precision shooters, long-range prairie dog shooters, field target shooters, they want something they can range with. And believe me, with this, you can. It's in focus, and when it is in focus, it's razor freaking sharp, or it's not in focus. It doesn't have that huge depth field of view like a hunting scope does. This is a precision target scope. You dial it up, you can look at the number, make your sight adjustments, and knock something's ass into the never world. Guys, thanks for watching. If you want to save money on this, call Val on the phone. He's got a lot of different scopes, and if you call him, he'll for sure will give you 10% off just by mentioning my channel. And by the way, I'm not an affiliate. I don't get anything out of this, but he also will take the time to talk to you on the phone, help you pick out the best scope for you for what you're wanting to do. And not only does this stuff have no questions asked, lifetime warranty, but it comes with really personal assistance from the dude that owns the company. You don't have to deal with a sales rep that's sitting there with a book with all the answers in it. You actually get to talk to the guy that imports them and designs these scopes. Where else are you gonna be able to do that? Thanks for watching, guys. You'll see a link below to Valdada so you can check all this. The specs will be listed below. And believe me when I tell you, this little sumbitch here is a badass. Basically the little brother of the Valdada Terminator. That's one of the most highly thought of F-class precision scopes in the world. Take care, guys. Look at all my other Valdada stuff. I think you'll find some stuff you'll like.